Bigger Talks, Bigger Talks. We're back again, another episode. And today, I want to share my beautiful, beautiful cacao ceremony out in Joshua Tree here in California. My birthday weekend. I want to share all my intentions, gratitude, and everything that happened on that day and how it opened me up even more to receive and to be more clear on my path in life, purpose here on earth, and just everything in between. So before I get started, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been listening to Bigger Talks podcast. Continue to share, subscribe, comment, follow the Instagram page at Bigger Talks podcast, and continue to engage with my content on social media at Eric Bigger. Follow me on all channels. And I just want to say thank you, sending everyone love, like gratitude in this moment. But I also want to give a shout out to my sponsors. Shouts out to Simplified Impact, who does all my marketing on my back end, SEO. They're so phenomenal, so incredible at what they do. They have helped me raise my frequency, my voice, and visibility within the podcast space. So I will put their details in the show notes. And I just want to say thank you to everyone over at Simplified Impact. You're truly amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And by the way, go to itsmiracleseason.co, get you some merch. We got new hoodies in, new t-shirts, snapbacks. Get your hoodie, wear the merch, represent the brand. But more importantly, it's Miracle Season. It's a vibration, it's a frequency, it's an entity to heal and to open up your heart space, to feel good, to transform, metamorphosis, right? When you wear this merch, it's more than just a brand. It's an energy of light source, and it evaporates and dissolves fear. So get your hoodie, get your shirt, get your hat, go to itsmiracleseason.com and chime in and get you a nice hoodie, beanie, hat, mug, all the above. And more importantly, I'm doing one-on-one Miracle Season coaching. So if you know anyone out there, or if it's you want to take yourself to a higher level in your consciousness, you want to reprogram your subconscious, you want to shift your paradigm, you want to be more of you in such an authentic, transparent way, sign up for my one-on-one miracle coaching. Go to my website at ericbigger.com, www.ericbigger.com, and work with me one-on-one. I can take you to a whole nother level in your life, your livelihood, your body, your soul, for you to discover what you're here to do. So with all that being said, let's get into that episode. Let's go. Boom. All right, so where do I start? So I don't know if you guys remember the episode with Sia Lanu Escuela. She's an Aussie, she's from Australia. She did my podcast a few episodes ago about sacred authenticity and co-creation. We had a phenomenal episode. It was incredible. It was phenomenal. We got a lot of engagement. And her and I connected in such a deep level, spiritual level, energetic level. And, she was moved to come to LA to, feel the frequency of the land here. And I was asking her if she could do my cacao ceremony and be someone who can hold space and help me open up and receive whatever I need to receive in a moment. So just give you a little bit of context what a cacao ceremony is. A cacao ceremony is a spiritual ritual that involves consuming ceremonial grade cacao in a group setting to facilitate connection, healing, and self-exploration. It originates from ancient Mayans and Aztec traditions and has gained popularity in modern times for its ability to promote mindfulness and personal growth. So Sia is not a shaman. She doesn't go by that, but I believe she's a multi-dimensional healer. She has helped me in so many ways just with her information and awareness. She's on a different level. I would say 5D, her level for spirituality and consciousness. The intentions was, on Sunday, March 10th, a day after my birthday, to go to Joshua Tree out here 2 hours away from LA, a cacao ceremony. Cacao is more like chocolate, but ceremonial phase is that they pray over it. They set their intentions before they, let it grow and build up and put it in the ground. And so it's just more than just chocolate, right? It has spirit, and Mama Cacao is a spirit, mother spirit that speaks to you, that opens up your heart space, that gives you all the, intentions, downloads, spiritual guidance that you might need in that moment. So we go to Joshua Tree. It's a 2-hour drive, a great drive. Sia acknowledged that she spoke to the ancestors of the land in Joshua Tree, and if it was okay for us to come, and did we have permission? And they were saying they were looking forward to us coming. They've been waiting on us. They're so happy. And I'm really attuned to like my higher self, my spiritual self. I think for years I suppressed that side of me because I didn't think it made sense for the modern world or the mass majority. So I just kind of, kept things in. But as I've gotten older, I just kind of been more open in a different way. Anything that's going to take me higher to my spiritual, soul evolution to help this world and help this humanity grow and raise the frequency, I'm open. So we driving, we're having a good time. We're talking, of course, we're seeing the mountains, and on our way there, Sia is teaching me that everything has a consciousness. Like the mountains have a consciousness. This computer, the sofa, everything is energy. Everything vibrates a frequency, so it has a consciousness. So I'm saying, okay, it's amazing. It made sense for me in that moment we get there. So as we get there to Joshua Tree, we got to go through not a gate, but an entrance where you got to show your parking pass. Big Joshua Tree National Park is a big park. Like it's really big out in the desert area of California. So as we're arriving, I start to tear up. I start to cry. Like I could cry now, but I start to cry because I could feel like, I think she had said it again, like, yeah, they've been waiting for you. And I was like, I got the hit until it hit. Like, man, waiting for me. I've been in LA 13 years and I was supposed to connect with the land in Joshua Tree. So it was like a magical moment because at that moment, before we entered, I realized it's real. So we get there, we're driving through, they got all these like archetypes and bricks and rocks and ways where you can just go and you can connect with the rocks, and connect with the mountains and, architecture there, how it looks, you got Hemingway, the Echo Tree, they all had different names. And so, of course, it was our first time as well going there. So we drove just trying to feel out, like, where do we want to be? Where do we want to go? She was like, Eric, like, just be aware if something stands out to you, let me know. And that's when we can start our Cacao Ceremony, right? So, we're gone. So we go all the way down and we make a loop. I said, you know what? I like those orange, brown, bronzy rocks back there. I think it's the Hemingway. Can we go over there? So we go back, we park the car, and we walk over. So as we in the land space of Joshua Tree at the Hemingway exhibit, call it. She was like, find a spot, what's called to you, what pulls you in, where you want to go. So I said, okay, I'm very intuitive and inquisitive, so I'm feeling my energy, my spirit is trying to lead me. So then it's like a space, and then it's like, my spirit's like, don't go there, go to the other space. So the other space is kind of hidden, but it's like you can go behind it, like rocks are between it, right? So I go over there and I see a tree. This is why I got to do the Cacao Ceremony, because what's the chances of a tree in the middle of two rocks? So as we approach, we see a young lady, and I got my Miracle Season hoodie. She said, it's Miracle Season. She's like, oh my God, it's so good to just be out in the middle of nowhere, find people and connect. And she just was a beautiful soul and beautiful aura. And she was just talking to us and why she came to Joshua Tree. She's just surrendering, and she wanted to connect with nature and the land and get, closer to God. And beautiful soul, she was just such a beautiful spirit. And this is right before we started our Cacao Ceremony. So we get there. Now see her, she's so tapped in, dialed in. Beautiful spirit. I climb up to a rock where the tree is like this way. And I was like, I want to do it here. She's like, fine. So we get there. She lay out like her little, I don't know if it's like a rug or something. And she let me got to take our shoes off, and we got to plant our foot on a rock, like barefoot. We got to connect with the rock, with the surface. So we do that. And she get to doing her thing, her chanting, and she called it light language. And she said things, and it was like I was in a movie. Like, oh my God, it's Maya. I don't really know what's about to happen. So we had to put like Florida water on us. I think it's like holy water, if I'm not mistaken. And you kind of had to breathe it in, breathe it out. Brewing, and it has a very strong smell. It smells really good. You bring it in. So basically what it does is it clears your energy within yourself, clears your third eye, opens you up. And then you throw it over your face, and then, whoa. And then we get there. I think she gave me some tobacco to like put in my hand and kind of like set my intentions on where I want to kind of open up to, or what kind of I want to experience. And then you give an offering, and you just say thank you, and you set your gratitude. And then boom. Here comes the cacao. It's nice and hot. It tastes like hot chocolate, like hot cocoa. It's really good. So before I got to kind of talk to her, say thank you, set my intentions again, my gratitude to really open my heart space up, because this is a heart medicine, opens up your heart so you can connect back to self. So I did that a few times before I drank it. I really made sure I was sacred with it and very wholesome and very just delicate and like loved it. Like it's Mama Cacao, it's a spirit, like be good to it. So I get to drinking, and, it's just like drinking hot cocoa. So I'm thinking something crazy is going to happen. So, and, Sia was telling me that you have to sit with it. It takes time. So anytime you want to bring spirit more into you, take a deep breath and let it come through you. Let the Mama Cacao work through you. Let it come through you and show you the way, give you the way. She said, I feel like you need a more heavy dosage. You have a strong vibration. So she pulled some more in, and I'm drinking, and I'm feeling good. And prior to coming, her and I had took a photo and a video, and I'm looking at it and, just sitting there and just really present. First time I'm really, really present, because I'm just sitting with the cacao. Sia is just over there holding space. She's not saying anything. And by the way, she's telling me things are coming up and I'm speaking it out. I have my journal, write down, comes out. So, mind you, I look at the photo and it's her and I'm just like, something hit my heart. And I was just like, all I could think about was, wow, this woman was really brought into my life to really help me trust people again. And a channel thought that came through was that Sia is a representation of someone who truly wants to help me and not want anything from me. And I felt that in that moment. I started to cry, tears coming out, because it's been a tough journey in my life to trust people, from a young age to a young man to a grown man, especially like being visible, being on public, being a public figure, being on national TV. You get all these energy vampires that people come into your life. They want to be a part of it. They want to see what they can get from you. Like it's been a whirlwind. And last year I had to let go of some very, very intimate, personal, tough relationships that hit my heart. I was telling Sia, I said, I'd never told this, but I had like this hardening around my heart, like it was hard. I could feel it, like it hurt. And, I continued to drink the cacao and I'm like, man, like that, it's not hard no more. Like whatever that was, and what spirit was telling me was that the blockage over my heart, because I was afraid to trust again, right? Trust people. And not only trust people, trust the universe, trust God, trust higher power. That's what Mama Cacao was working through me. So we drinking it. And let me tell you something. I mean, downloads were just coming so fast. It's like, whoa, hey, baby, coming in. And, I was discovering like my purpose here on earth, what I'm here to do, why I'm here, who is who, what is what. And it just like expanded and really, really opened up my third eye, really allowed me to really see my true spiritual gifts, see my power. And it was just a magical experience. And so we left that location at exhibit. And by the way, I found out a few days after that where we were sitting was a heart. It was like a heart shape. And we were kind of in the middle of it. So it was so interesting that all that happened in the middle of a heart sculpture of an exhibit that you only could see if you could see it, right? So we leave, we go to another location, we drink a little bit more cacao. She said, still stay present with the cacao as we walk and as we go. So you just listen to what you're going to get more thoughts. So we went to another one across the way. She's like, I feel like you got to put your left and your right hand on this rock, as well as your heart and your third eye, to heal your masculine and your feminine, open you up more. So she would have me like go to rocks and put like my third eye, my heart on it in my hands and just hold it there for like taking the energy of the land, taking the energy of the rock, and really feel through it and allow it to heal me in whatever way. I'm like, wow, that's fascinating. I kind of like that. So we did that. It was incredible. It was phenomenal. We go, and then we get to another sculpture, another exhibit, and we just sit there. And as we're sitting there, we're having some more cacao. And this time we just kind of we in it now. We in that space, we in that vibration, we in that portal. Things just start coming to me about life. Oh, I understand this life, understand the matrix, understand what I'm here to do. I understand why so many people live in fear. Next thing you know, we see a rainbow, big old rainbow, like hollow in the middle, like a sun. It was like the sun, and then the rainbow was around it, kind of like this, right? But it was like the sun was like in the middle of it. And her thing is the rainbow tablets. She has 2 books out. She channels all her books. Go to her website. I'll put her information in the show notes as well. CLI New Escuela. I'll tag her as well. So you guys get to know. But that's the thing, rainbow tablets, and we would just sit. Then after that, we just kept seeing rainbows. Like, what? I'm like, Sid, what are you doing? You got superpowers. So make a long story short, we just talked about the remembering of we came back to this earth realm to remind ourselves who we are, to remember. The world has programmed us to forget who we are. So it's so easy for us to give our power away to social media, power away to what our parents think, power away to the government, power away to mass media. We just constantly giving our power away. And what that does is it allowed fear to come into our frequency. And then fear becomes us. And now we're just on point every little moment. We're afraid to go, because we're not remembering who we are, our power, our true power. We are Power Rangers. We are co-creators. We are abundant. We are whole. We're complete, and we got to get our power back. But if you don't know, you don't know. And this is just open me up. And I'm like, wow. So I leave that space for a moment and I had to use the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom. I come back. And as I'm leaving the bathroom, like the mama cacao, the spirit is talking to me like, you just released all the fear from your body. Like the cacao opened me up so much to get all the downloads and the truth to come through. And it's like when I went to the bathroom, I just released all the fear from my body. Like all the fear was just gone. Like I have no more fear. Like no more fear. There's nothing to fear, right? I was just like, wow, this is fascinating. And you just feel happy, you feel jubilant, you just feel like just a grace, a gratitude. You feel so grateful for life. And that was the first time in my life I was fully present, where I didn't think about time. I didn't think about what I had to do, what I wasn't doing. And Sia would say, when you're fully present, you can see through the illusions of life. And I was like, wow, that's incredible, right? And we just had a magical day. And then at the end, we had to drive like to the Mojave Desert. And I was tired. We got there at 10. It was like 4:13, 4 o'clock maybe. We wanted to leave at like 4:30. Probably took like 30 minutes to get to the Mojave Desert, like at least where it meets. The two deserts meet in the middle. So I go out there, see it's like, I moved you. We got to go. It's the pilgrimage. It's the sacrifice. You got to do the things you don't want to do. So drive all the way 30, 35 minutes that way. We get out. She's like, okay, connect with your ancestors here. See what they want you to receive. What are you willing to give? To people on ancestors, we all have ancestors based on our bloodline, DNA, where we come from past lives. Also each place, location, land has ancestors, right? Like that were here before time. So it's all within the spiritual realm. You connect with your ancestors, just like people connect with people who've transitioned and passed away. It's just a little deeper, but so you said connect with the ancestors here, see what you're here to learn. So I get down, and I stoop down and I'm, taking a deep breath and just talking through it, speaking in spirit. And 2 words kept coming up: love, power, love, power, love, power, love, power. And then it was telling me like, the more I love myself, the more we love ourselves, the more power we get. So that's why it's so key to have self-love and love yourself, because the more you love yourself, the more power you get, right? So what we do, what I know I've been doing in my life, I would love myself, but I would give my power away. People, things, friends, family, and the reason we do it, the reason I was doing it is because I'm afraid of my power. So as I'm about to get up, we see a hummingbird fly through, like, she's like, oh my God, a hummingbird represents, like, I think rebirth, transformation. I'll put that in the show notes, but can't quite remember what it means, but it was a sign, a spiritual sign, a symbol. And then she had some tobacco. I forgot the name of it. She kind of like blew on my third eye and blew on my throat chakra. She blew on my throat chakra. So just like all this visions came down that I was able to see. And I was getting a crown. Like it was like I was getting a crown. Like I was becoming a king. And basically what it represented was that me fully stepping into my power with no resistance, with no fear. Because remember, the fear is gone. And Mama Cacao was like, all the contrast that you experienced and all the negativity and all the challenges of last year and everything you was going against was to trick you, to distract you, to get you into your power. And that's why I took you to a dark night of the soul. To people who were listening to my podcast know about that episode. And boom, here we are in the middle of the Mojave Desert. There's nobody there. It's turned on. And it felt like it ended the movie when the credits came on. I got my crown and music started playing and you leave. And it was just incredulous, phenomenal, fulfilling experience. Changed my life, and I'm forever changed. I see who I am. I know who I am. I know what I'm here to do, and I'm just going to help humanity heal, evolve, and transform through the power of my frequency, my voice, my physicality, what I know, and what I'm here to do. So it was a beautiful call from Mama Cacao and Spirit and angels and ancestors, and I'm truly grateful. It was a great day. Probably one of the best feelings I ever had in my life. Probably one of the best birthdays I've ever had, and I'll never forget. So, Sia is an incredible soul. She was called to help me get to this dimension and this higher realm. And now I see myself, and now I'm not holding back my spiritual powers of what I know I've always had, but here we are. So this episode was dedicated to anyone who want to go to a different journey in life, a higher realm, and to look up Cacao Ceremonies. You can do it at home. Most people do it in a group setting, but tap into your spiritual powers, your soul powers, and understand what your soul purpose is, because sometimes, books and meditation and prayer or even religion might not be strong enough to open you up, and plant medicine is, I feel like it's the way to, and this cacao is not psychedelic. I feel like it's a way to open you up even more to get to the deep-rooted truth that you hold in your vibration, you hold in your vessel, you hold in your body. So no more fear, people. Be who you are, get to know who you are, and face your challenges. It's not easy because it took a lot of pain for me to get to that moment, but I'm so grateful for it. And I always say miracles don't come easy, but they're worth it. And I got crowned my miracle in this season of that time. Here I am on the other side and then crossed over in a higher realm, and so grateful, so appreciative of life, people, places, things. Shouts out to beautiful land and ancestors of Joshua Tree, and just honored. And Mama Cacao, she blessed and changed my life in that moment. And that's all, people. Hopefully this episode changed you in a way, make you think a little bit more about where you at, where you want to go, and you feel truly inspired. I'm here to, share my gifts, my wisdoms, my teachings and experiences to help you grow and become a better you, for you, not for me, and for the world. So the more we raise our vibration, the more lifted we are, the more gifted we become, the more everyone can become more, because we're all collective. We're all connected. We're all one. So that's all I said. That's it. Share, subscribe, like, follow me on Instagram at Eric Bigger, follow Bigger Talks Podcast, and check the show notes for the Miracle Season merch, the one-on-one coaching, simplified impact, and all the details of Sia and what she does, who she is. So it is. It's Miracle Season. Another Bigger Talks podcast episode. We out. Thank you guys. Peace and